This week on SNN, we continue our Women's History Month series. ASB announces the next Spirit Week next week. The athletic directors talk about sports schedules for the rest of the semester, and we will have one of our video program's contest-winning videos about your beautiful brain. Those stories and more as SNN starts right now. Good morning, Saugus. I'm Travis Garcia, and today is Friday, March 12th. For today's Fact of the Week, we thought you'd let you know why a ruffian is called a hoodlum. Around the 1870s, a reporter was trying to come up with a name for a gang in San Francisco. The leader's name was Muldoon, so the reporter thought to reverse it, making it Noodlum. Apparently, his handwriting was bad, so his typesetter wrote it as hoodlum instead. The word over time began to be used to describe people other than those who were in the gang, and its new meaning became someone who gets in trouble. Please stand for the flag salute.
Please stand. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may now be seated.
Seniors, SNN needs your pictures from your childhood to high school, sports, class life, extracurricular activities, vacations. Anything you think marks a great memory you've had throughout your life. Send your submissions to our Instagram page over direct message or email them to saugus21seniors@gmail.com. The deadline for submissions is March 26th. We will, however, accept pictures of college acceptances in April. Speaking of seniors, if you have not ordered your cap and gown yet, go to the Jostens website and order what you need for graduation. Sleep is very important to teens, but many struggle to get enough. Here's Olivia Kern with more on improving your pre-sleep routine.
Sleep, a vital necessity we all need to survive. But as we've grown up, most of us have chosen to disregard our sleep, drawing ourselves into horrible sleep routines that cause us to go to school still half asleep. One of the simplest ways to help yourself is to create a pre-sleep routine that helps you relax. There are many techniques that you can use to help fix your sleeping patterns. This can include strategies such as listening to music, taking a hot bath, and meditating. The best way to figure out your pre-sleep routine is to experiment and find out what works best for yourself. It may be easy to disregard your sleep and see it as an unimportant task. Getting a good night's sleep is just as important as exercising and having a balanced diet, which is exactly why we should be getting the recommended 8 to 10 hours of sleep as teens. It's not uncommon that this amount of sleep is hard for some to achieve, but there are some easy remedies to help that. You can have a more relaxed sleep, which in turn will make your day even better.
Thanks, Olivia. Make sure to incorporate this to maximize your sleep schedule. Key Club is launching their annual Hero Squad campaign, which was formerly Pennies for Patients, on March 15th. This year, the event will be held entirely online. Saugus has raised over $39,000 over the course of almost 20 years, and this year their goal is to raise $2,021. To participate and to earn rewards, click the link in the description of the video. Now on to Sierra Bennett with this week's ASB Minute.
Good morning, Saugus. This is Sierra Bennett with this week's ASB Minute. Next week is our COVID anniversary Spirit Week. Each day we'll have a new activity, so make sure to stay tuned for those and check out our Saugus Sense Instagram account for more information. That's all for me. Now on to Mr. Lapata and Mr. Marcia with this week's Athletic Director's Minute.
Good morning, Saugus Centurions, and welcome to the Athletic Director's Minute. This is Mr. Marcia. I am Mr. Lapata, and we have some exciting information for you. Mr. Marcia?
Yeah, some really exciting information. Shout out to Chris Hollenbach. Chris is a lacrosse player here at Saugus High School, and he is now the first lacrosse player to receive an athletic scholarship. And he'll be continuing his lacrosse dreams over at William Penn University. So big congratulations to Chris. That's a huge step in the right direction for our program. We couldn't be more proud of you, bud.
All right, congratulations to Chris and all the coaches with lacrosse and all the players. They do a wonderful job out there, as well as the rest of our fantastic programs. There has now been a schedule made for every single sport here on Saugus High's campus. The inside sports, we're still waiting to be cleared by LA County, but everybody else, there is a schedule made. There is one for the inside sports also, so we are moving forward. The same rules are going to apply. I know your coaches have been talking to you and your families about those, so make sure we keep following the rules and we'll keep moving forward. We are there. Don't do anything dumb to put us back a tier, to make any mistakes. Please continue to be safe. Wear your masks. Follow all the rules, and we're going to be in great shape. With that being said, let's go back to our anchors.
Thanks, Mr. Lapata and Mr. Marcia. Good morning, Saugus. I'm Rowan Rivera with the second half of this week's show. It's that time of year to take the SAT and the ACT. To register for the SAT, go to the College Board website. To register for the ACT, go to act.org. The deadlines to register for the SAT are April 8th for the May 8th test and May 6th for the June 5th test. The deadlines to register for the ACT are today for the April 17th test, May 7th for the June 12th test, and June 18th for the July 17th test. Study hard and good luck. The University of Tampa, Florida will be visiting Saugus virtually today at 1 p.m. If you are interested in attending, the link to the Zoom meeting will be listed in the description of the video. Our next installment of Women's History Month, we are honoring Susan B. Anthony. She was an amazing woman who devoted her life to social justice and women's rights.
Good morning, Saugus. I'm Marissa Lamas reporting for SNN. Susan B. Anthony was a women's rights activist who was instrumental in the women's suffrage movement, temperance, abolition, labor rights, equal pay, and much more. Anthony was a teacher for many years before she became passionate about abolition. She began making passionate public speeches against slavery, even though it was considered improper for a woman to make public speeches. In 1851, Anthony met Elizabeth Cady Stanton, who she became good friends with. They traveled for the next 50 years advocating for change. The women were sometimes at risk for arrest for publicly sharing their ideas. Anthony and Stanton co-founded the American Equal Rights Association. In 1868, they became editors of the association's newspaper, The Revolution, which helped to spread ideas of equality and rights for women. When Congress passed the 14th and 15th Amendments, which gave voting rights to African American men, Anthony and Stanton were angry and opposed the legislation because it did not include the right to vote for women. After this, they formed the National Women's Suffrage Association to push for a constitutional amendment giving women the right to vote. In 1872, Anthony was arrested for voting. She was tried and fined $100 for her crime. This brought attention to the movement. In 1876, she led a protest at the 1876 centennial of our nation's independence. She gave a speech, Declaration of Rights, written by Stanton and another suffragist, Matilda Jocelyn Gage. Anthony dedicated her life towards women's rights. In 1888, she helped to merge the two largest associations into one, the National American Women's Suffrage Association. She led the group until 1900. She traveled around the country giving speeches, getting signatures for petitions, and lobbying Congress. Anthony died in 1906, just 14 years before women were given the right to vote with the 19th Amendment in 1920. Without Anthony, women would not have the rights they have today. I think we all owe her thank you. This has been Marissa Lamas reporting for SNN.
She laid the foundation for women in America today. Make sure you don't mistake her dollar coin for a quarter. The Student Care Line can be used to safely report all issues relating to mental health and students' general well-being. The goal of this new line is to stop problems while they are small before they become bigger issues. The Student Care Line is 661-235-5662 and can also be found in the description of the video. That's all for today. I'm Roman Rivera. All links and resources mentioned in today's show will be listed in the description of the video. Remember that we start with the Week B schedule next week, and that this weekend is daylight savings. Saturday night, you will unfortunately lose an hour of sleep, but there will be more time during the day before it gets dark. Don't forget to turn your clocks forward that don't do it on their own. And have a great day and a great weekend, and we will see you next Friday.